Hi, I'm Todd,
And I'm Polly.
and we're here to talk about nose hair waxing at the barbershop.
And ears.
And yours.
So I am managing the Green Bay East Barbershop. Been there for almost 8 years. We're going to do a little demonstration today, but first we're going to talk about the wax itself. We never did this before, and all of a sudden the guys were coming in and they wanted their ears trimmed and their noses trimmed. We wanted to give them a more permanent way to reduce the amount of hair that they have growing. First time was always scary. They didn't really want to do it. We kind of challenged them to get over the first time, and now they're addicted and they become a stronger request clientele because of it.
I will be honest, the first time I had it done to me, I thought they were going to pull my nose off. It wasn't like that at all. It felt like a Band-Aid being pulled off quickly. The thing that's awesome about it is you can breathe so free and clear for like 30 days. No more having to get up in there at the tweezers or at trimmers trying to pluck your nose hairs. It's a beautiful thing, guys.
It's worth it, and a lot of guys say removing all of the hair at one time is way better than one at a time.
I can attest to that. It made my eyes water one at a time. Eyes do water.
Alright, over the years we have learned to simplify our wax card. You really don't need a lot with the hard wax versus strip wax, which we used to use. That is more for body waxing. The strip wax actually takes a little bit of skin off when you wax, which helps with the body because you don't want to trap the new growth in there. But we're going to keep it simple with the hard wax. All you need some of the times is the lotion to take off oil. If a customer seems to have a little bit oily skin, I don't use that really at all because you're not going to put that in the nose and you're not going to use that in the ears. It's pretty simple here. If you do use this, you can use just some cotton swabs. You can use a towel. Different size wax sticks based on what area of the body that you're doing. Generally, we like to use just a regular popsicle stick and a little bit on each side. This is the wax warmer that we are using. The wax that we use, the hard wax, we have tried multiple different kinds. This is the kind that we like the best. It's by Depaleave. They do make, I think, 3 different types of hard waxes, and they all work very well. What works best is when the wax is like a thicker consistency, so it's not super hot. To better control that is the dial that we have on here. We've tried warmers with just an on-off switch, and it tends to get a little bit more runny, which would be too hot. Another perk to having the wax be at a little bit cooler temperature in work is you can actually wax the same spot twice with a hard wax that you can't do with a strip wax. To more easily do a nose wax and to make sure it doesn't run down because of gravity into their facial hair, go ahead and tip them back in the bowl. What I'm going to do first is kind of show you where in the nose we are going to wax before I actually use the wax. So just use the tip of the popsicle stick here, and you're going to choose an area of the nose to do, starting with one nostril at a time, of course. So based on how hairy the person is or how many times they have waxed before, that'll determine how many times you actually go in with wax in the nose, let it harden and pull it out. So what we're going to do is take this step by step, kind of treating Todd as though he has a lot of nose hair or he's a first time customer. The first time you wax somebody, don't scare them by taking all the hair out at one time, even if you have to do 3 separate wax sessions, okay? So what we're going to do is put wax just on one side of the popsicle stick here, and then place it in the nose exactly where we want to remove the hair. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So take a little bit on the side like this, and you're going to insert it in the nose in one area. So we're going to start with the top here. Just gently put it in, push down on the nose, not too hard, and it should harden fairly quickly. Once you get faster at all of this, you can start to do the same area on the other nostril and go accordingly. I always ask my customer, would you like me to pull both sticks out at one time or one at a time? It's totally up to them. So this should be good. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, hold the tip of the nose with your other hand and pull. And just kind of pinch their nose for pressure. Wow, this must have been Todd's first time for sure. Okay, and then hold the nose again and pull real tight. And pinch his nose.
I can breathe so deeply now.
Okay, the second stick in the same nostril, we're going to go with a different area. So place a little bit on one side of your stick here, and then choose the desired area. I make sure I don't get it in their facial hair sometimes by putting my finger like this, and then stick the wax in there and let it harden for a bit, and then remove your finger. Obviously the wax isn't going to stick to your fingers because it will harden. That way it doesn't get into their mustache.
Because they purposely made it for fish and right. You know, now they want to do it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is just,
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, hold the nose again and pull. We're gonna do the second one on his left nostril here. Once again, you should be holding your finger down to make sure it doesn't get in to their mustache.
terrible. Well, now they had that first one done by festival, it looks like, right? But now they're finishing the other one.
Okay, hold the tip of the nose again and pull. And this is what happens when it gets in the mustache hair. Okay, we didn't do the bottom part of his right nostril yet, so once again, get some wax, and I put it on both sides this time, so we're going to ensure that we get everything that we missed. So finger down on the facial hair, stick that in, and just press the nostril shut real gently till it hardens. If this is your customer's third, fourth, fifth time doing a nose wax and there's not that much hair to get, go ahead and do this right off the bat. Go ahead and wax the entire nostril at one time by using some on each side of the stick. You don't need a lot, it'll goop out, it'll get everywhere. Just a little bit. Okay, ready?
Yep.
There's some good ones. Now we're going to demonstrate an ear wax. Some gentlemen, and maybe ladies, get a lot of hair right here, whatever this part of your hair is called. Mostly on the inside here, sometimes on the outside. And some guys have hair that grows all the way down and on the lobe. So I'll kind of teach you how to do different steps. You're going to want to do probably 4 different actual waxings to get the ear completely done well. We're going to start with the lobe, or whatever that thing is in there. So take a little bit of wax, kind of like the nose, and go ahead and place it in and let it harden right here.
It feels so good, warm wax in the ear.
All right, you ready? So what I do is I just kind of hold this tight like with any other wax. Pick a spot where it's going to hold it tight and pull. A little bit of pressure. How's that?
Perfect.
All right. Now we're going to do the other part of that same area of the ear. This one can be a little more difficult because of the shape of the ear. So go ahead and spread some wax on that area, and then I just stick it right into the groove there and let that harden.
But yeah, I mean, exactly.
Everybody's ears are different. Just kind of find your way of doing things. And I just kind of start with the wax on top, and then I'll pull the rest off with the stick here.
I guess the eye bone is attached to the ear bone.
Okay, for the rest of the ear, a lot of times men's hair grows kind of down on the lobe here. So go ahead and take a good amount of wax and just spread it on down to the lobe. You're going to want to create enough wax where you're going to start tearing, because you're going to have to start with your fingernail, a little spot to rip the rest, since there's no strips involved with the wax here. So hold a little good, start a little spot here, and then rip it right off. A little bit of pressure. So once you get a little bit better at waxing, it's very easy to multitask. If you're going to tip your customer back to shampoo them anyway, you can always stick a couple wax sticks in the nose. If they were going to get their eyebrows waxed, you can have the nose harden while you do the eyebrows. Clean up the neckline while they have their ear sticks in with wax. Just kind of utilize your time wisely. You're going to stay with your customer anyway and chat instead of just waiting for your wax to harden. Go ahead and clean up their eyebrows or do the other things that you were going to be doing anyway. Now getting into proper aftercare, there really isn't a whole lot involved besides tell your customer to not keep touching the areas you just waxed. His hands are dirty, germs, you don't want any type of infection in the follicles, then we just took the hair out of, because they're going to be open for about a day or so. So if you want to, take some alcohol, rub it over the areas. Tell your customer not to tan the same day or be exposed to a whole lot of sunlight, but definitely just tell them to keep their hands off those areas.
Like, how much is it going to cost if I want to have my nose and my ears waxed?
It would be $5 for the nose, $5 more for the ears, so $10 total.
So you can take a $12 haircut service, and for maybe an extra 10 minutes, if you get good at multitasking, you can turn it into a $22 service.
Definitely.
Awesome.